Throughout the recovery process, it was just in my head that I was going to get back to however I needed to, which was through putting in the work that I need to put in every day and through everybody believing in me and me believing in myself every single day, even when it was a very painful process, but I had to do what I had to do. But around the month of February, I had got back into practice in like late December, and me and Coach, we just was filling out the whole December, January process, getting back in the flow of things, and then we made our decision around January. And around February is when I started to feel more like myself.
How hard was that decision to make? Like, take me through like the process of your thinking on that.
It was an extremely hard decision to make, especially when I got back out there because I was having success in practice. But it was like kind of on the outside looking in. Everybody people can only go off of what they see, and you could tell there's a feeling in the building like everybody wanted me to get out there. But everybody was, they knew it was my decision. And they was with me. I knew everybody was with me either way. So that was a tough decision, especially with the class that just left. They was my brothers who came in with them. They were sophomores. We did a lot of winning with them. So that was a tough decision to make. But they trusted me with my decision, and I knew they was gonna rock with me regardless.
When you first got back on the court in December, how tough was the first week, the second week, in terms of just trusting your body and being mentally ready? Because Shaka talked about that a lot.
Yeah. It's extremely tough because you don't know until you know, and you go through a bunch of individual workouts, months of running, months of strength testing, months of leg testing, but you don't know how it is because especially when you're going through the workouts in the few first months, you get back out there with the walk-ons, the GAs, a few managers, but it's different getting out there, high-level Division I basketball, getting out there with guys like Chase Ross, 210, bench over 300 pounds, jump 40 inches. It's tough like that, but I was glad I got the grace period, the November, December, January month, just to feel myself out, to get back to myself. I feel like that helped me a lot.
It looks like you're kind of out there, no restrictions. Does it feel as sweet as you thought it would feel just to be back out there running with the guys?
Hell yeah. I put the work in to feel this way. It was not an easy process at all. I'm not trying to make it look easy or nothing. It's a tough process. Anybody who's been through it knows it's a serious injury, a very tough process, but I wholeheartedly knew that I was going to be able to get back to where I wanted to get to.
Did part of you protest, hey, I can go, in January, I can go, I can do this, and now do you see the vision and the bigger picture, in all of the decision?
It was always tough because, like I said, when I hopped in, as soon as I hopped back in practice, November, December, my mental was carrying me through a lot, so I was able to make plays in practice, hide myself how I needed to. To the naked eye, it just looked like I was super ready to go, but, it was a bunch of stuff I had to go through mentally, trusting, planting, jumping. It was a bunch of small stuff that goes into basketball that you can't really put into a workout unless you're out there. So that process was extremely tough, and it was a mental war, but I trusted it like everybody told me to do, and I knew everybody trusted my decision. So it was very easy for me to make my decision when I had trust from everybody.
What part of your game have you improved?
I've definitely improved my leadership over the past year. On-court leadership, on-court, being vocal on the court, and just running the team. Completely controlling the pace of the game. I've been able to watch a lot of tape. I've been having to sit. I had to sit a lot, so I would just say I've mostly improved as a leader and controlling the pace of the team.
Do you feel like you see the game differently now, having all that time on the sidelines, kind of getting older, getting through other experiences, even though you weren't playing?
Yeah, of course, especially still going into wars with guys, seeing what we're gonna have to do, still going through scouting, still being very intensive in what goes into winning into this game. Doing my part to make sure we're ready to be prepared. So, I feel like that carried me a lot. And then when I was able to hop back in, when I first hopped back in, my mental was way ahead of my physical. So that's what was carrying me throughout the first few months before my physical got to the point where it needed to be. So now is a point of, I got almost more than 100% of my physicals back. Is a point of just making sure I'm doing both at the same time, because that's going to take me where I need to go.
You talked about leadership. You see you during the action. You see you and Chase taking over the huddles. How do you go about doing that? Taking control of the huddle and using your voice.
Just knowing it's our team. We get older in marquee, get older in rank. We got a bunch of experience. We got some younger guys we know can rock out. We just want to make sure we lead them the right way, just like people before us have done. And I wouldn't say it's been an easy job, but we built for it. I've seen being here so long. We've seen different types of leaders from Kolik to Oso to Stevie to Cam we've just seen a bunch of people do it before. So we've been able to learn from their experiences and make it our own, do things in our own way, but take from them as well.
What have you kind of seen from those freshmen? It look like some of those guys might be able to really contribute this year from based on what they did today.
They're all very talented. Like, you know, their goal is to be one of the best freshman classes in Marquette history, and they put in the work, and they all got their gifts, and I feel like they can all contribute to this team in plenty different ways. You know, we got shooters, we got athletes, we got hawks, which is a term we use for people who really get into the ball. Over here, you know, Nigel James, Adrian Stevens, real hawks. Y'all see. I don't want to do too much talking before games go, but y'all will see. You know, Michael Phillips and Militech, real shooters. So
What's it
they
like
all got
having,
real skills, huh?
what's it like having Josh as a 7-foot lob threat to throw the ball up to?
Man, his progress this past summer has been amazing. He's really bought into what everybody wants out of him, and what everybody's always wanted and knows is in him. He's finally starting to, you know, just express how he wants it for himself. So his growth has been tremendous, and it's shown in his play as well.
It was your first time playing in front of fans in a long time.
Yeah.
Was there any like nerves about being in front of a crowd again with like game speed?
Yeah. It's always gonna be nerves. You know, then we go into fight service, way more eyes, so it's gonna be nerves. But you know, we get into a meditation right before the game. You get to realize what you're doing. You know, you're going out to play basketball in front of friends who haven't seen you since you was 20 years old. You know, 19 years old, and it just got. As we got closer and closer to the scrimmage, I got more and more confident and just felt more and more comfortable in my skin. As soon as we got out there, the ball tipped off, I just felt amazing. Like, mistake, or I was just process-based and just wanted to have fun with my guys in front of Marquette fans.
Good.
Thank you, Sean.
Ask one more.
One more.
Thanks.
You guys have
You mentioned meditation. Is that like something you do before every practice, every game, or? is that like a
Our
ritual?
strength coach is here. I mean, not our strength coach, my bad. Our mental health, mental strengthening coach is here. Russ. Yeah, that's something we do before every game, every practice, and we're really pushing 5 times a week. Different types of meditation. He has an app called VP, and it's just a bunch of meditations on there. It's just a bunch of learning to yourself as a player, as a person, and it's really beneficial. I would tell everybody to take a try at meditation.
Your hand.
I mean, it's very a good feeling to be back. I had a very long process after surgery of just strengthening movements. So yeah, the back half of the season last year definitely it hurt to hold the ball, grab the ball, dribble the ball, but just fighting through it to be there with my brothers, knowing I had a potential to play. So I'm always gonna play if I can walk, run, anything. So I'm always gonna play, and just getting the surgery and putting that behind me, working out, doing what I need to do to get back to where I feel like I'm comfortable at is a blessing.
What sort of stuff, like specifically, do the recovery process look like for a thumb?
It's very interesting. I will say, just doing like mobility stuff that you never like. Me, when I hurt my thumb, I never thought like you really need your thumb like that. But I was doing some stuff. I'm like, dang, I can't even like grab this. But just doing like doing a stress ball, stretching it out, stuff like that. Just working on it, putting some pressure on it a little bit. So.
Any thumb wars?
No thumb wars. No thumb wars.
It looked like we kind of saw fruits of the labor. Obviously, you're hitting those threes. So everybody knows you can jump out of the gym, but just kind of, what do you feel like that can add to your game if you can consistently hit from out there?
I mean, I feel like it opened up my game and for my teammates, because the defense, they'll run me off the line. I can drive and penetrate and get my other teammates open. So I feel like that's definitely what I've been working on this summer, along with other stuff. But just at the end of the day, I'm trying to win for my team. So whatever is best for I need to do, that's what I'm trying to do.
How's it feel to be back out there with Sean Jones running around?
Man, how about that guy? Miss him. You see what he did. He was killing. So I mean, that's all I got to say. Hooping.
You and BG are seniors now. Like, how have you guys taken on that leadership mantle?
I mean, me and him, along with Sean, he's been really stepping up into a good role as a leadership role for us. But us 3 guys, like Sean said previously, like with seeing all how everybody's been doing their different types of leadership from the past few years, we all have our different ways, but at the same time, we're all collectively leading the team, telling each other what we need from each other, and just doing the right things, making sure everybody's on task. So I feel like that'd be a great process for us and advantage that we have.
I see Adrian, not afraid to mix it up defensively. What have you seen from him over the summer?
I hope Stevie don't watch this, but man, I think he can be, if not better than Stevie. And y'all seen what Stevie did last year. So with him, I mean, he's like Sean said, he's a hawk. So I think that'll help us. NJ, hawk too. So we got a lot of defensive pressure out there, and I feel like that's going to be another one of our advantages.
With a lot of those freshmen, those two guys obviously, and then obviously Ian, Mike Ole, those guys might have a chance to really contribute. What have you kind of seen from them all summer as they've been taking those steps to grow?
Trials and tribulations. As a freshman, it's always hard to come in here and, like, you being the man in high school, and then coming here and it's like, welcome to college. You got other guys that are good as well that were all the man in high school. So it's just them seeing the steps they've been taking from, like, the ups and downs, the bad and the ugly. So, I mean, I feel like they all will contribute to our success this year, and can't wait for it.